consistency, man. I mean, you've been doing your thing for 20 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, consistency beats anything.
No, 100%.
Right? Like, you can't. Well, they say it takes 10 years to be an overnight success, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I've been in this shoe thing for 10 years, and it's finally starting to, like, take off.
Yep.
So, like, everybody's like, oh, you just popped up out of nowhere. If you read a lot of my comments on Instagram and shit, it's like...
Bro, y'all get more hate than rappers get.
Bro, listen, they absolutely hate me. They're like, he's 50.
Yeah.
He's trying to stay cool. And I'm like, okay, first off, 38. Okay. I don't think I look 50, bitch. Okay.
Yeah.
But, and then, like, they'll be like, oh, they're money laundering. And I'm like, if I was money laundering, like, what I put out all these videos, like, I went to prison before.
Yeah.
I know what not to do, baby. Okay. Like,
they don't, it's just because they don't know what they're talking about.
I'm not fixing to, I'm not going to advertise this shit if I'm money laundering. I'm going to do this shit in silence, right?
Yeah.
File tax returns on the shit, but
yeah,
they hate us, bro. Like
what kills me is when they say, "Oh, it's fake. It's fake money."
Yeah,
and then you prove that wrong, and then they're like, "Oh, the shoes are fake." And
yeah,
it's like,
and you see what she's doing?
Yeah,
she is. You see that box?
Can I show that? Can I show you?
Yeah,
is it okay?
You see that box?
Yeah,
that box right there. They cost $10,000, right?
The box right there. Okay,
yes.
Yeah.
So it has 9 iPhones in it that take pictures. AI. It's all AI, and they tell you whether the shoe is legit or fake, right?
Yeah.
So then it gives you a certificate to download of authenticity. So every shoe we get, I do, like when I buy them, I check them, then we bring them back and do this to every effing shoe, just to give our end user a peace of mind, like, hey, this is what it is. And we actually have another one of those boxes that we haven't even unboxed yet. It's over there, and they're $10,000 a piece.
How long does it take to do like a pair of shoes when you put them in there?
How long has it been? Like 10 seconds? 30 seconds?
Oh, yeah, something about,
yeah, like super quick. But we do that, man, to give a peace of mind, right? Because, like, the reality of it is, like, fakes are crazy.
Yeah.
Like, crazy. And we have, like, such a big name that our standards have to be, like, you know, up to par, bro.
Because they're already trying to put that on your name because they can't believe y'all are able to do what you're doing.
Right.
So it's already trying to discredit it.
Yeah. And they think that I just popped up out of nowhere. Like I said, like, I had a store for 4 years.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I just put in my work, got aligned with the right people at the exact right time. And I had a guy that had way more money than me believe in me and essentially wrote me a blank check and was like, yo, make some money. And that's what we did, damn it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we did, man.
Hell yeah, dude. Chat Arms TV, we are back with another long-awaited interview, man. This is one that we've been planning on doing for over a year. He's been on the podcast before. And we got the homie Justin Roark in the building, man. What's up, dog?
What up, what up?
Man, glad to catch back up with you, man. You've been frequent flying, bro.
Frequent flyer, bro. Racking up the points, man.
Yeah, dude. We want people, you spoke about it some on the podcast a little over when you was on the last time.
Yeah.
But with the Chat Arms TV interview, we want to kind of do more of a deep dive as to who, like what's, like your story, Justin's story, right? Yep, so we'll just kind of start from the beginning because you've got a really dope story to tell.
I appreciate it.
Where are you born and raised at?
Man, I was born in East Tennessee, Morristown, mid-'80s, baby, greatest era.
Yeah.
86, born to, you know, of course, my mom and dad, right? My mom was, she was wild, and my dad was kind of wild. You know, he was the long-haired, rock and roll music guy, Billy Badass everywhere he went. Great dude, though. I don't really know if I don't even know if they got married or not, man, just to be real with you.
Right.
I don't even know. I do know that, you know, my mom essentially was never, like, around growing up.
So it was your pops that raised you?
Yeah, 100%. 100% of the way, man. My mom has always struggled with addiction, you know, mostly crack and alcohol.
That's even since you've been a child, like since.
Oh yeah, even today. I mean, it's finally catching up with her. She's like what 55, I think, right now, and she's like, she's in bad shape, right?
Yeah.
I used to resent her a lot, but over the years, as I've got older and more mature, I've kind of, you know, forgiven her for everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was raised solely by my dad for the most part, and he died back in 2020. But yeah, that was my
pops, man.
Yeah, that was my best friend. He was a good one, man. Solid dude.
Was he sick, or was it like was it COVID?
No, he was sick, right? Like he was a bigger dude, and he kind of just let himself go.
Yeah.
But he just had a heart attack, man, on a Wednesday morning.
So it was unexpected.
Yeah. I got the call Wednesday morning, like 6 a.m. And I remember because he lived with my auntie, which was his sister.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a ceiling fan in my living room. So I went to the living room, and I'm trying to stand under the ceiling fan to get air because I can't breathe. Like physically thought I was going to die on the spot, bro. Like it was
panic attack.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm trying to suck this air from the ceiling fan. But yeah, probably worst day of my life by a long shot. But you know, I coped with it.
Yeah. RP to your pops, man.
Man, thank you.
So we'll backtrack to growing up in East Tennessee, man. So how long was you there before you moved out this way?
So essentially, I mean, I was raised out there. You know, I was born in Morristown, like I said. Then we lived, you know, in a bunch of other places over the years. Morristown and Rogersville and Bean Station and Greenville.
Yeah.
So Bulls Gap, which is a little small town where my grandfather was the mayor, they have one red light. So, you know, I kind of bounced around down there most of my childhood till I was 19. So a little backtrack. So when I was 13, I started, like I told you, my mom was always into the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So at 13 years old, I was staying with her in Johnson City. Like, because no matter what, my dad would always let me like go and see her. Right. He never tried to like bash her or call her, you know, a piece of shit. Like none of that.
Never
ever.
played you against them.
Never. He never did that, man. So he always gave me that opportunity. So I went to I was living in Johnson City with her, and they ran kind of, you know, a little crack house. Most of the people was getting high, you know, and she was getting free crack to smoke, essentially, right?
Yeah.
So she taught me, like I was 13, she taught me how to sell my first piece of crack at 13 years old.
Golly, bro.
And this was back when Johnson City was wild too. Like it was wild. Like people was on corners. This is back when people still stood on corners.
Yeah.
Right? You don't see that no more.
And you're 13.
Like, 13.
Yeah.
And like that's where I grew up at though. Like the era, like, you know, you hear in these old rap songs, the Corner Boys, or like that was real, right? Like you might stand out there 8 hours, 10 hours, selling nothing but 20 rocks all day long. So that kind of started I've always had a fascination for hustling though, you know, no matter what it was. But after that, like I wanted to be a professional drug dealer, right? Like that was my calling. I'm like, yes, you know.
Yeah.
So I did that for a good stretch, man, 13 to 19. You know, had a good run, never got set up. Nobody never wore a wire on me. I always treated people well. I know it sounds crazy.
Right.
But like, I was always the dude, like, where this dude gonna give you like 0.8 for 100, I'm gonna give you like 1.2 for 100, right?
Yeah.
I want your business, baby. Right? I want your business.
Yeah.
And like my stuff was better, right? So like I've always had that business sense, I guess, about me. Like, treat people good, they're gonna spend money with you.
Even in that game.
Oh yeah,
it's still the same. It's still the same approach.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
Right. People don't understand. Like if you can make it for any length of time selling drugs, you're unlimited options, bro.
Yeah.
Like you have unlimited options because selling dope is not easy. Like I don't care if it's just weed. Like it's not easy, okay? Especially once you get to the crack and the cocaine and the heroin and I never sold any heroin. That was I was into shit before that, but it's not easy. Like the crack, it will grab anybody, right?
Yeah.
Like it will snatch the life out of anybody. So like if you going to make this play at 2 or 3 in the morning, you don't know if these people been up all night or for 3 or 4 days.
Right.
You don't know if they're gonna rob you. You don't know if they're gonna beat your ass up with a stick. You don't know.
Right.
So it's dangerous, man. So I kind of implement and I tell people this all the time. If you can sell drugs and be halfway successful, I think I said it on on the podcast.
Yep.
If you can sell drugs and be halfway successful, bro, you can sell anything because it requires time management, inventory, reinvesting. Like it's the same as running any legitimate business. If you selling dope, you can sell anything, bro. And that's why I try to teach I talk to kids and the younger people. I'm like, bro, the streets is no way to go for anybody. There's 2 options, right? Jail or dead. That's it. There's no middle ground, man. If you can get out and do something constructive, use any kind of skills that you've learned to build a business, bro, you're good to go. Like, and that's what I've done. Like, let's see. So at 19.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. So 19. So for the people that don't know, you went to prison for how long?
I got 108 months, which is 9 years. So, and it was fed time, of course. But like I said earlier, man, I never caught no selling delivery. Nobody never wore a wire on me. None of that, man. It was self-inflicted. I had went down to Florida, picked up some powder cocaine and a bunch of Roxy 30s. Came back to Morristown and rented a hotel room there. And me and my cousin and 2 other people, we kind of partied. And I remember pulling a gun on some dude that knocked on my door. And I don't know if he put the police on me. I really don't know.
Oh, you were fucked up and just like...
Yeah. I was on Xanaxes.
Oh, gotcha.
And this dude knocked on my door.
With some Xanny blackouts.
Bro,
yeah.
Listen, they make you want to fight or steal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so dude knocked on my door, man. And you see me now, like I was buck wild back then, bro. I just put the gun right on him. Like he asked me if I'm selling drugs or whatever, and I pulled a gun right out on him. 19 years old, bro, ignorant. And so I don't know if he put the police on me or whatever. But the next morning, we both leave. So there's 2 entrances to this hotel. So I pull out this way. My cousin pulls out the back way, and we both get pulled over simultaneously. Prior to this, I already had a felony. So.
Was it drug related? Or was it something else?
No, it wasn't drug related. It was actually a felony escape charge that I had. I walked off of a work crew, man, so they gave me a felony escape.
For walking off of work?
Yeah, bro. A work crew.
Oh.
Okay. I was in jail. And
gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, work. Yeah, like a work release thing.
Yeah.
So they pulled us both over, man, and I had this behind my CD player pulled out, so I'd put everything behind my CD player. So the cop that pulled us over said that he seen a marijuana seed. So he pulls me out.
A seed.
1 seed, bro. This is how I got jammed up after 6 years. of nobody ever telling on me.
Yeah.
He's seen a marijuana seed on my gear shifter, pulls me out, sits me on the side of the road. They search my car for like an hour, don't find anything. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Then a couple minutes later, man, he comes out and he's got a gun like this on his finger. And you know, I know, I'm not slow. I'm like, Fed's fitting to get my ass because I'm a felon. I got a firearm, right? Yeah. So, and then he come out with the dope and the pills, and he hold up the bag, and
he was so excited.
Oh, bro, that, so excited because like they've been there an hour, right?
And he uses his seed as
yeah, probable cause, baby, yeah. So
they wanted to get you.
They took me in, booked me. I called the person. I was like, yo, come buy me out. I was in Hamlin County Jail, which is like, bro, they call it the slams. It's underground, no windows.
East Tennessee?
Yes,
okay.
Bro, in Morristown.
Morristown, okay.
I've been in a lot of jails
in
my life, and Hamlin County Jail is by far like the worst time you can do. Yeah. Like you're literally underground, no windows. You never see sunlight. It's wild. So I was like, yo, I called somebody, I was like, yo, come make my bond ASAP. So get bonded out. I get a attorney I used, Brett Hensley, out of Greenville, Tennessee. He had already worked on a couple cases for me. I call him up, tell him what's going on. He's like, I got you. Paid him a retainer. We went to state court, and the state court nollied it. So that means, like, it's kind of like a dismissal, but they have 365 days to pick it up.
Yeah.
So they nollied it. Then, right at a year later, he calls me. He's like, I got some bad news for you. And I was like, what's up? He's like, I just got a federal indictment on my desk for you. I was like, what's that mean? He's like, it means the feds are indicting you for the gun and the drugs. So
and when you was in there at that spot, that you were just in there on what charge was it? Which is possession?
Yeah, so it was just possession of a firearm and possession of Schedule 2 and Schedule 3, I think, right?
Yeah.
But I'd made bond.
Yeah.
So I've been out, for a year, and then they dismissed it. The state dismissed it. So I think I'm good. But it wasn't, I say dismissed, it's called nollie. So that means like they can pick it up within a year. Like they can.
Yeah. They just wasn't worried about it.
Yes.
Basically.
So 300 and something days later is when he calls me. I was like, well, what I need to do? And he's like, you need to come turn yourself in. I was like, hell no. I have to turn myself in. Shit. Yeah. So I ran for a little bit, man. Then cops came to the house looking for somebody else. Ran my name. Boom, bang. Take me in. So they charged me with felon in possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, which means where I had the felony already on my record, they charged me with the gun, and then they said I could use the gun to protect the drugs. So it's an enhancement. Mm-hmm. Like in the feds, it's like it's a system.
Tier system.
It's a tier system, baby. It lines up. So I'm like a category 6 and offense level, whatever, 14, 15, bang, bang, you line it up. So my guidelines were like 96 to, or 92 to 120 months. So he gave me, he went right in the middle of my guidelines, gave me 108 months. I started out in a prison in Pennsylvania, which is...
Damn.
Yeah, the feds send you everywhere, baby.
So I didn't know that. So like,
oh yeah,
even though you got it here, you didn't do federal. You wasn't in the federal prison here. It was all the way in Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, there's only one. I think Memphis got a federal prison.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So I was in Pennsylvania, Atlanta, Florida. Pennsylvania, Atlanta, Florida. So essentially what happens is when you get indicted, they sent me to Ocilla, Georgia. Like it's a county jail, but they house federal inmates, right? Until they get sentenced and shit. So I went to Ocilla for like 6 months, came back, got my time, went back to Ocilla.
Yeah.
And then once I got classified, they sent me to Atlanta, which is a USP, which is where Big Meech was at, a bunch of them people. So went from Atlanta to USP Canaan. USP means United States Penitentiary. Like you don't. Right. The only way you get worse than that is like where Larry Hoover's at. Right. You know, the ADX. Yeah. But USP is like here. Then you got FCI. Then you got low.
And you're 19 when you.
I'm probably 20 now. Yeah.
About a year later. Yeah.
So thought I was Billy Badass. You know, got the USP Canaan. Seen a guard. My first week there, a guard got stabbed over 100 times. Oh wow! Seen dudes getting stabbed on the ball court.
That was the Pennsylvania one.
Yes.
Okay.
Like
first week,
it's going down.
Yeah.
Right, and like I've been in the streets my whole life, and I think you know, I'm 20.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but I realized after like a week, all right, these people here are better than
I'm
me.
not untouchable.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So the thing about a USP, man, is you carry a knife 24/7, 365 on Christmas, on Thanksgiving. It don't matter. Yeah. Always. When you walk to the shower, you wear your boots to the shower. Get in the shower, put your slides on, take a shower, put your boots back on, walk back to your cell. Like you got to be anytime.
Yeah. And the boots is just because if something ever was
if something pops off, you don't want to be in shower shoes, right? Yeah. So I stayed there for 3 years. My points dropped. Like I said, it's a tier system, so my points dropped. I dropped to an FCI after like 3 years, which is a medium. So I went down to a place in Florida. Total, night and day. Yeah. Like there's people on the yard in their shower shoes.
Oh, in Florida.
Yeah.
It's complete. It's like.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, it's like a daycare compared to where you was at.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like it could not.
Isn't that crazy how different?
It couldn't be more different. Like no, you don't have to show your paperwork. Yeah. See, in the USP, as soon as you go in, like so I'm a white dude, right? Yep. I got this white dudes coming over, and they're like, run that paperwork. Yep. Right. So you got to pull out what they call it's a PSI. It's like a pre-sentencing report, right? Yep. So they flip to the back page, whatever, and it'll say there are mitigating factors or there are no mitigating factors. So if there's mitigating factors where you got a 5K1 or a downward departure, that means you told on somebody. Yeah. And you ain't staying on this yard. You're going to check in, right?
You got to go somewhere else.
100%. Yeah. So like the FCI, totally different. Like, so I get to the FCI, my first day there, it's a 3-man cell. So it's 2 Spanish dudes. And so I walk in. As soon as I walk in, I got my little manila envelope, lay it down on the desk. I'm like, yo, here's what I'm here for. He's like, oh, no, we don't do that. I was like, what you mean? He's like, no, you don't show paperwork here. I'm like, nah, y'all ain't gonna look at me funny. Like y'all.
Are you trying to let everybody know? Look, I ain't got nothing bad on my
hands. Right. Yeah. You're right. You gonna see what I'm here for, baby. We ain't gonna have no questions about me. Yeah. So I did like 3, had some chains down there, and then went to the halfway house in Nashville. Even though I got sentenced out of the Eastern District, which is I should have went to the Knoxville halfway house, right? Yeah. It was full. So I'd never been to Nashville before in my life. Yeah. So they sent me to 808 Leah Avenue, right? The same place where Struggle went. Yeah. So sent me there. I hated it. Like I didn't know anybody up here. I came home in 2013 with $0, not a single pair of shoes. Like literally, I had the state or the federal blue jeans that I wore out. So I was really starting from ground zero, man, in a place that I had never been before, like in my life. So I was trying to get back to East Tennessee, like closer to my family and stuff. But then I had got a job up here downtown, and liked it. Was making decent money or whatever. Got me a place to live. So then I put in a request to stay here, like full time. So man, I've been here since 2013.
Yeah.
But just to backtrack, also, prison, man, like it saved me, right? Because like I told you earlier, pulling guns on people for absolutely no reason, or like I used to be really off the chain, and like I was angry and violent, and I didn't care about anyone other than myself, right? So it kind of saved me, and I'm not gonna act like I was no badass in there. I never had a single problem, never. The whole 6.5 years that I was in there, never got into a fight. Mm-hmm. Never had anybody try to take anything from me. Never took anything from anyone. Like I carried myself, you know, like a man. I never got into gangs. Like I wasn't with a group of people. Like, you know, no Bloods or no Crips or no white gangs or nothing. If you were from Tennessee and you weren't a snitch or a child molester or something like that, then we were cool, right? So, like, my time was not hard. Like, it was the first 3 years up there in Pennsylvania was rough and mentally draining, but like it was a real wake-up call for me, man, and it helped me to get to like a different state of mind. And that's why I tell people, like, it saved my life, bro.
Yeah.
Like you when you go to prison, you can use it, you know, one or two ways. You can look at it as like, you know, this is the end, or, you know, why me or whatever, or you can use it, you know, as a learning experience, man, and get past it. And that's exactly what I did. Like, I used that as a learning experience.
Yeah. So you got total, you did how long?
Right at 7, because you get 6 months halfway house in the feds. So like 6.5 inside, and then 6 months halfway house in Nashville. So yeah, right at 7 on a 9. See, the feds, it's not like the state, right?
Yeah.
The state, you might get 20 years at 30%. You know, so you do 30, then you're eligible for parole.
Yeah.
You get fed time, you doing 85%. They ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? You doing 85%.
Yeah.
So when you get sentenced, you can almost guess like when you going home.
Yeah.
That's the wild thing about the feds. And everybody here at the feds, they like, oh, it's easy, and you know, they got golf courses and all that. I never seen no damn golf course. Right? Like that shit is hard, especially if you get to a USP. Like, and mediums they're no, like, I got fortunate with the FCI that I went to, the medium that I went to. Mm-hmm. Like, I got fortunate because it was chill. But like a lot of mediums, it's going down.
Yeah. So like, what year was it you was released?
13.
And then when you speak about when you came home, like you had been gone all that time, and when you came home, you were basically having to
start
everything over.
Yeah,
so speak about that.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. So 2013, it was March. I came home in March. Got a job downtown at United Record Pressing. Worked there for a couple months. Then my wife that I have now, she started working there. We both worked third shift. I was working like 90 to 100 hours a week, bro. Making $12 an hour, but busting my ass like to try to come up, right? So I met my wife, and what was that? The end of 13. We got married. The end of 14, I started my first business end of 14, and shit, we've been fortunate, man. Like I've really, grinded. Like I've worked my ass off, man, to provide. So my wife had some kids when I met her. Then we've had a couple of kids, and then we've also adopted 3 other kids. So one of my sisters, she died in 19. She was 35, so we took her 13-year-old, who is 18 now. And then another one of my sisters, she was struggling for a bunch of years. So we had one of her daughters for like 8 years now. And then before she died, she had got pregnant and had a baby, and we took her straight out of the hospital, and she'll be 4 in 21 days. So we got full custody of 3 kids from 2 of my sisters. So we got 7 total, man. It's been a wild ride, like when we got the baby, right? She was born addicted to heroin. So I get a call from the hospital, and they were like, hey, we know you already have her sister, so can you take her? And I was like, hell no. I was like, no. I was like, my baby is 5. Like, my youngest was 5. Yeah. So I'm through the crying and the diapers and all that.
Yep.
So I was like, no, I can't do it. And so I got in the shower that night, and I prayed. I was like, look, use me however you want to use me. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. So the next morning, as soon as I woke up, that's the first thing that was on my heart was like, you getting a baby. So I told Sarah, which is my wife, I was like, we're getting a baby. And so we had agreed to take her for 30 days. I got my sister in a program, and she could just never, overcome what she was going through. And she died a year ago in January, right after her 35th birthday. So both of my sisters died at 35 due to, one of them drinking and one of them, heroin overdose.
Yeah. So,
we got their kids, and doing our thing, man.
How is it with 7 kids in the house, man? How is
Well, so keep in mind, like,
a couple of them are grown though, right?
Yeah. So my oldest is 22. She's got her own place.
Okay. Gotcha.
She works here, like at the other building. Like, so she gets to work, like, not with me, but in something that I've helped build.
Yeah.
Killing it, like, got her own place, own car. She don't ask me for nothing. Then one of my sister's kids is 18. She's moved out.
Okay.
So then I hate to say stepson because I don't like using that shit. Yeah. But like my wife's son, he lives in Knoxville with his dad, and we get him. Okay. So in my house right now, I only have the 3-year-old, my 8-year-old, and my 11-year-old.
Okay, so you just got 3 all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Gotcha. But it's been a blessing, man, because growing up, I like how they take the polls in high school, right? What do they call them? Superlatives. Mm-hmm. Like most likely to, least likely to, class clown, and all that shit. So if you would have did a least likely to succeed, I would have won 100% of the votes. Yeah. Like it would have been a landslide. And so for me to bounce back, man, and really be in a position to build something for my family, and rearrange this family tree, man, and break these generational curses, and be able to teach these girls, because I got 5 girls, and give these girls something to look up to, and be an example of how a man should lead his house, and things like that, man. It's an honor to me, and I don't take that shit lightly. Like that's what I live for. Like I don't care about anything else. Like we've built this company. We got a huge social media following, but at the end of the day, when I'm dad, right? That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a shit about nothing else. Like, I'm gonna be able to pay the bills. Like, my kids and my family is my first priority. But like, it's a blessing, dude, to be able to do what I've done and to overcome what I've overcome, and even to meet people. I mean, like you and Squints, just good, solid dudes, man, who kind of do some of the same stuff that I do. It's dope. Like, I never thought I'd be in any kind of situation or position like this. Yeah. It's insane, Chad. Like, it really is.
Well, I'm proud of you, bro. And
I appreciate that.
Now let's talk about the shoes, bro. So speak about how that came about. Like, when did you kind of start messing with that stuff? How long was it since when you got home? Like, when did you start doing that?
So I started dabbling in shoes in like 2015, right? Somebody added me to this Facebook group.
Yep.
And like, I seen the resale. Like, so say a pair of Jordan 1s, back then they cost, I think, like $140.
Yep.
And they all sell them for like $350, $400. Once they release, they sell out. You got the resale market.
Yep.
So I'm like, shit. I'm like, bro, that's $200 profit per pair. I was like, that's like crack, right? I mean, that's a business. So I started buying and selling, here and there. And, I had a couple other businesses that went pretty good, pretty successful. And then in 2019, we got out of the restaurant business. We had a Salsaritas in Mount Juliet right there in Providence.
Yeah.
So we got out of that in 2019, and I was like, what do I want to do? And so a small building came available at the end of my road. I leased it, opened up with like 30 pair of shoes, right?
Yep.
And like some bullshit, like 30 pairs of bullshit.
Yeah.
But I just, I would sell, I would reinvest everything, just like the dope game, right? You go from a 3.5 to the 7 to the 14 to the 28 to the 2.25 to the 4.5. You know what I'm saying? Like to the 9, like you reinvest everything. So that's what I did. I reinvested every single dollar, and got to where I had 400 or 500 pairs of shoes, and was making a decent living off of it, man. And then my dude here, Joey, he was coming into my store. I didn't know him. He was coming in, and he'd be like, "Hey, what do you got in a 10.5?" And I was like, this. He's like, "All right, I'll take them off." I was like, damn.
And you weren't used to seeing that, right?
No.
It was just somebody coming in buying a pair here and there.
Yeah, buying every pair of 10.5, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What does this dude do? And so him and I started talking. He come in frequently, and then he's like, "Hey, I want to go to a sneaker show." Like, I was already doing sneaker shows, right?
Yeah.
So I took him to a sneaker show in 2022, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of 22, and we went to a Memphis one, and like I took him to another one, and then like I said, the main dude here, like, he's an opportunist, man. Like, and if he believes in you, he'll go to the end of the earth for you, right? Mm-hmm. So he's like, "Hey, take this and make us some money." So Joey and I started traveling the world, bro, and I mean, it just snowballed. Mm-hmm. We would go to these events and spend these large amounts of money, and then bring them back here to Nashville and sell them. And our camera guy, Christian, he'd follow us around everywhere and film everything. And so then we started going viral, boom, boom, boom. I mean, we had 100 million views last year, right?
It's called
Keevado Kicks.
Yeah, Keevado Kicks. People that don't know.
Keevado Kicks, baby. Everywhere, every platform.
Yeah, we'll put all the links in here too.
Yeah, every platform: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. on the Whatnot app, so we're everywhere.
So when y'all go to, so break this down. When y'all go to like a convention, right?
Yeah.
And if somebody clicks on one of your videos and they see you going and doing a whole table buy or whatever, kind of speak about like that process. When y'all go, like say y'all pull up to the convention, you see a table that maybe y'all want to grab.
Yeah.
How does that process work?
I mean, so it's different for a lot of people, but for me, I'm a numbers dude, right? Like that's my gift. Knowing numbers and like my memory is really well. Yeah. So, and I get it from my dad because he was the same way.
Yeah.
But like, I can look at a table, say there's 100 pair. I'll go through and kind of do a quick average on my phone and know like, okay, I'm going to make 25% off of this, 30%, whatever it may be. And then I just shoot the offer, right? So like, say if if the table's worth 150 grand, right? And I'm like, all right, so I'll give you 80. Like 80 grand is a lot of money, bro, right? And a lot of people would never see $80,000 cash at one time. So, and we got it right here. Yeah. You can pay taxes on it if you want to. It ain't none of my business, right? Yeah. It's 80,000. So then we just start the negotiation process, and I know in my mind what I'm going to make off this, right?
And you know where your cap's going to be.
I know where my cap is already. Yeah. Like, so if I start at 80 and it's say $150,000 table, I know I'm probably not going to want to go no more than 90 to 100, right? And sometimes I get like the 80 might be okay. Hell yeah, let's run it. And sometimes they want to go back and forth. And then, we do the coin flips. I do a lot of coin flips. It's kind of what I'm known for. I mean, I've done a $10,000 coin flip. I did a $20,000 coin flip in Chicago with a dude. Yeah. So it's a numbers game though, man. You make sure your margins are good and roll with it. And, then we get everything back here. And like I said, we authenticate them on the spot because there's a lot of fakes, man. And then we get them back here, and then they run them through our our second authentication check, which prints out a certificate of authenticity that is available for any of our buyers that want that extra peace of mind, right? Yeah. So, and then we go. There's a live auction app called Whatnot, WHATNOT, and we're Keevado Kicks on there. Yeah. So we do live auctions on there multiple days a week where everything starts at $1, right? So this pair right here.
Yeah, you got some fire for us. Huh?
Yeah, so we ran a pair of these last week. So this one right here it's a 9.5. It's brand new. This is the Freddy Krueger SB, 25,000, 30,000 ish for a new pair.
For that one pair of shoes, 25,000.
Yeah. One pair.
Is that the most expensive pair you've sold?
No, I sold a pair last year of pigeons, Jeff Staple pigeons, brand new, size 6.5, for 37,000.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But this is like one of the most sought after. Like we started a pair of these at $1 last week, a used pair that we had like 11,000 in, and they went for like 12.8.
Yeah. So you still made.
Yeah, I made money. Yeah. So like stuff like that. We ran stuff like this. This is probably like one of the most sought after shoes as well. It's called What the Dunk. This is realistically probably a $14,000, $15,000 shoe. Yeah. But they're super fire. We ran those on there.
Do you see those a lot out?
These?
Shoes? Yeah.
No. Yeah. Like Joey he has a pair that he wears. Yeah. The Red Lobsters. This is maybe like a slightly pre-owned pair. This is a few $1,000 shoe. Yeah. And anytime you see these gold boxes, that's how you know like this shit is old and worth some money, right? Yeah. But there's a lot of different shit, man. And we've had
those are fire.
This is the Grateful Dead collab that they did with Nike. They got orange, green, and yellow on these. Has a fire ass pocket there, you keep your stash in.
Yeah, those are dope, dude.
These are fire, bro.
Yeah. What do those run?
Like $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Like, so the $1,000 shoes is like, we call them like low end shoes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't wear $1,000 shoes.
Right.
But I'm saying like, this is like a cheaper shoe.
Yeah.
In
your line.
Yeah.
Like what y'all are used to seeing. Yeah.
Yes. Let's see.
Those are dope, bro.
Like this right here, 2000. This is the Off-White UNC. I think Jelly had these on at one of the recent shows he was at. He had the Off-White UNCs or the Off-White Euros on. Let's see what this is. This is a Stussy Cherry SB. These are a few $1,000s. So like that's where we kind of separate ourselves from a lot of people. Like on this app that we use, we run like the most insane shit.
Yeah.
Like we ran the self-lacing Air Mags on there.
Oh, the Marty McFlys.
Yeah, we ran those on there.
What do those go for? A few thousand?
We sold our pair for like what, 12?
It wasn't a self-lacing.
Huh? It wasn't a self-lacing, no, but yeah, how much we sold ours for on there? 12 or 14. Yeah, we paid 14 for them and sold them for 12. Okay. So we took an L on that one. But like.
So sitting right there, you got well over 100,000 in shoes.
Yeah.
What's them other three pair? We might show them three too.
Let's see
what we got going.
I'll show you. This is a special box. This is a special box purple lobster.
Oh, fire. Yeah.
These are fire. The lobsters, they do really good for us.
Yeah.
So you got red, green, blue, purple, orange, and white and yellow. White and yellow are super expensive. We've had the yellow. They're like 30 grand.
Yeah.
We've never had the white. So I think that's like one of the only shoes we haven't had. Like here's the blue one. That's the blue lobster.
Oh yeah.
And then this is another Virgil. This is the
oh son, them are super fire. What are those?
These are Off-White MCAs. So Virgil Abloh, a designer, he had a company called Off-White.
Yeah.
So he collabed with Nike on these. They got a green pair and a yellow pair and a black pair also. These are like $3 grand right now.
Yeah.
But they're super fire.
So that's well over 60, 70,000.
Yeah. And I mean, we got shit everywhere. This is just stuff that was pulled to kind of show you, but I mean, right now, probably looking at probably 700,000 worth of inventory that will be sold before the end of May.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like
it's mainly like y'all like website is what y'all sell it.
No, we met on Whatnot.
Oh, just on Whatnot. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I mean, we have a website, but like on
when
Whatnot,
y'all do the table buys, it's for Whatnot. When y'all bring it back. Okay.
Because like, we're partnering with Whatnot, and it's just a good platform for us to use to be able to move product fast. Like last month, we did 10,000 items, right? Golly. In 30 days.
Yeah.
So you're looking at.
And you're just on there basically auctioneering them things.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like
you get like you can set it at however long. You can do 2 second, 5 second, 10 second, 15 second, and whatever it sells for, what it sells for. On to the next, on to the next, on to the next. And you'll take some L's along the way, but like it usually averages like where we're do pretty well, right? Like this Friday, I'll be running the big show, and probably a couple hundred pair, and hope to do good on it. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna take some L's along the way. But it's like that in any bit. You ain't gonna win 100% of the time. You know what I'm saying? And this the word we used when you first got here, man, consistency.
Yeah, dude.
You got to stay consistent, and that's one thing we do here. Like we're super consistent, like with everything that we do. Like even checking the shoes. Like nobody's doing that, bro. Yeah. Like nobody is running their shoes through a $10,000 box, like just for an extra peace of mind, right? Like nobody is taking the steps that we're taking. Because we want to secure our success, man, and we want to be more than sneaker sellers. Like, we want to be a damn household name, right?
Yeah.
I mean, y'all got me in with Jelly Roll a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
Selling him shoes. Like, I want us to be like catered to everybody.
Yeah.
Right? I don't care who you are. Like, I want
Yeah.
you to have access to us.
Well, dude, that's awesome, man. It's awesome too for somebody anybody that's kind of got a similar story to yours, to see that, like, you can have a past where you may not have made the best decisions, but if you just keep at it and keep grinding and keep positive, like, you can get out of that stuff, man, and you can make something really, really profitable happen for you and your family just by hustling. You know,
I mean, the only thing that holds you back is you.
Yeah.
I mean, I had 10 felonies, 8th grade education. I'm covered from head to toe in tattoos.
Yeah.
Literally, head to my toes with tattoos. Grew up dirt-ass poor.
Yeah.
Like, there's no excuse, right? If anybody should have failed, it should have been me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Hard work, man, beats talent all day long.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
You put everything you got into everything you do, you ain't gonna have no choice but to win, right? But if you put half-ass into everything you do, you ain't gonna get no results. You're gonna get half-ass results, right?
Yeah.
You got to put everything into everything, man. And a lot of people use that, you know, oh, I got felonies, or I got this or that, or tattoos. Like, that's just excuses, man.
Yeah.
Because nowadays tattoos don't matter, right?
Right.
You got 72-year-old grandmothers going out and getting butterflies on their ankles. Like, tattoos is cool now.
Right.
Like, it's acceptable.
Yeah.
And you can make a way to do anything you want to do, man.
Yeah.
And that's what I teach my kids. Like, I don't push college on my kids. Like, I want them to do whatever they want to do, because they have every opportunity in the world, right?
Yep.
Because I've already done all this shit, all the hard work for them.
Yeah.
Like, everything they could ever experience, I've already experienced it.
Yep.
So I'm here to guide them through anything they need guided through, man. And the same goes for anybody that's struggling right now, man. Keep grinding, though. Like, how long have you known Jelly Roll?
Since 2005.
So 20 years,
yeah, almost.
Right?
Yep.
How long has the world known Jelly Roll? Roughly. I mean,
at the level now, probably 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How long has Nashville known Jelly Roll?
Since probably about 07, 08. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a 12, 13-year gap.
Yep.
But he stayed down, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And he kept adapting, and now he's a household name, bro.
Yep.
And it goes the same for everybody in the world, bro.
Yep.
Like, it's no different. Music, business, whatever you want to do.
Yep.
It's all the same, bro.
Yep.
It's all the same. You got to put, whatever you put in is what you're going to get out of it.
Yeah.
You got to put everything in.
Yeah. Well, last thing I want to ask you, man, before we get out of here. Who is Justin Roark?
He is a father, a good friend, loyal, hard-ass worker, an ex-piece of shit, but one of the most loyal people in the world.
Yeah, dude.
Really, and one of the best people to have on your side. I'll do anything for anybody, anytime.
Yep.
That's who I am, man. Like, I'm a grinder, baby. Like, you know, I'm gonna work, and I'm gonna make some shit happen, and I'm gonna treat everybody with respect, unless I have a reason not to, right?
Yeah.
That's who I am.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
And I look forward to linking with you more and seeing y'all continue to grow what y'all got here at Keevado, man. And we're big supporters at Show and Prove and Chat Arms TV, and I got some shit to say. All of us, you know, we rock with y'all, man. So y'all be sure to subscribe to them, and y'all want to get some shoes, man. The link will be below to where y'all can go get them.
Yes, baby. Yes.
Appreciate it, dog.
Hey, thank you, brother.